Welcome back to another episode of Rob Sports Center, man. As you see by the title, man, I'm here with a Brock Purdy video. San Francisco 49ers, should you guys be worried? That's probably what the title of this video is going to be. So, I ran across a video where they were saying that Brock Purdy has been having some struggles in training camps with turning the ball over, right? So, my take on this, right? They're asking, is that anything to be concerned about? So, it's a thing called practice that every team has to go through going up into the season and even throughout the season where we work on plays, where we work on certain things. So, okay, we know that with the traditional things that we have been doing, Brock Purdy has been succeeding at. So when we first I'm speaking as if I'm the 49ers. Brock Purdy stepped in at an unexpected time. It was no way that we could ploy and put together that he would have actually saw the field, and not only just saw the field, but been as successful as he has been. For the 2 years that Brock Purdy, so let's just come off of this. How did Brock Purdy come about to be started? So you go from Trey Lance, who ends up getting hurt. Then you go down to Jimmy G, which is the backup. He ends up getting hurt. Now you go down to the third quarterback, Brock Purdy, who ended up getting hurt in the conference championship against the Philadelphia Eagles. And that was one game away from the Super Bowl then. But my thing is this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. So the following season, right, you know some of the things that Purdy did good over the first season. So you're going to just add on to that, and you might implement a few new things too, right? So it's a lot of time that you really haven't had to experiment and really try something different just because of the inexperience in a quarterback. You know, I'm pretty sure that none of them expected that one day Brock Purdy would be the face of the franchise in terms of our quarterback. So it's a lot of things that they're still trying to figure out and trying to kind of understand Brock Purdy, because even all you guys have said, Brock Purdy is what? A game manager. Okay, cool. Game manager is not necessarily nothing bad. I mean, if I got a good defense and I got good players around my quarterback that makes him not have to feel the pressure of trying to beat a team himself, then it allows him to be more comfortable. So, but my thing is, it's training camp, man. It's practice. Those things are going to happen. You got to take into consideration how many of the passes that was intercepted were tipped by receivers. How many of the passes that was intercepted led to horrible blocking from the offensive line? How many passes that was intercepted was him and a receiver just being off timing on a route? He thinking the receiver's going to go this way, receiver go that way. It's a clear shot pick to the safety or to the corner, whoever picks the ball off. So my thing is this, it happens. So then I was looking at a show, First Things First, it's a talk show. Sports talk show. So I wrote down some things that they kind of pinpointed on. So, you know, they said that Josh Allen, who is a top 5 quarterback, threw 3 picks in practice this week as well. Then they say Lamar Jackson threw 4 picks to Marlon Humphrey, which is one individual. And then they say Trevor Lawrence was picked off by Trayvon Walker, and they said that this practice has Blake Bortles 5 interception practice vibes. So, like I said, you have to take all of those things into consideration. How many of the passes were tipped? How many of it was miscommunication? Some of it could have just been bad reads on Brock Purdy's part. Some of it could have just been him, you know, feeling the pocket collapse or coming down on him, and I got to get the ball out of my hands, and it leads to a horrible mistake. But that's what training camp and that's what practice is about. We work on those things. We find the things that we're not the best at, and we exploit them, and we work on them. That way, when we get into a real game, we don't have to worry about the 5 interceptions taking place in a real game. But then also, it goes back to this. So I've been obsessed with Tom Brady lately, guys. If you know me, you know, if you see me in real life, you hear me, I've been obsessed with Tom Brady, right? So I was listening to a Tom Brady interview, and he was saying that how, you know, every practice was like, it was competition. Like we practiced as if we were playing, as if we were like, some people go through the motions with practice. Some people bullcrap practice, but we practice as if we were preparing for a game or we was playing an actual game. So once we go through these situations in practice, when you got a situation like a Brock Purdy throwing however many interceptions he's throwing in practice, that means that the defense is amped up and they're applying pressure. So if he's going up against this on a day-to-day basis, right? And we're having time to, okay, we got this film, let's go sit down. If I'm the offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan, let's go sit down and let's say, okay, cool. This right here on this situation right here, we might want to make that read. We made a bad judgment call right there with this situation right there. So that's what it's about. It's about the fine tuning. That way, when we go on the game, into the games on Sundays Mondays or Thursdays, we're prepared for that because we've already went through that intensity in practice. In practice. So when it's time for the game situation, we're able to come out there and we're able to play the part. But as a 49ers fan, man, if you're any 49ers fans that's watching this, or if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan or a Buffalo Bills fan, man, it's nothing to be worried about. That's the whole part of training. That's the whole part of practice. You find that the areas that you're weak at and you try to improve. That's just like when you're looking at boxers. Whenever boxers spar, you might see some sparring tape, and it might be a guy that's giving. I'm gonna use Shady McCoy quote line. It might be a boxer who giving the main boxer like a Mayweather or a Tank. He might be giving them crazy work. But when you look at it in retrospect, what was the boxer working on? That whole specific round or that whole specific sparring session could have been focused solely on defense. So he wasn't really doing too much offensively. You know what I mean? So you got to take those things into consideration, So, and then it could have been just them saying, hey, we want to make, it's something that Kyle Shanahan wanted or was trying to, look at and pinpoint on and see where they could areas of opportunity, you know what I mean? And that could have led to that. So, man, 49ers fans, y'all don't have anything to be worried about. Like I said, man, I'm confident that coming into Brock Purdy's third year and he's still chasing that contract, that he's going to be the Brock Purdy that he's been the last 2 years. And my thing is this is the confidence that goes behind it. You know what I mean? You still got the same defense. You still got the same coach. You still got a lot of the same offensive pieces. I'm not quite sure about the Brandon Ayuk thing. So he's still in a position to where he doesn't have to feel that he has to be that it guy. He doesn't have to feel that every time he takes the field, man, I got to go put up points because my defense can't stop their offense from scoring. So if I don't put up points, we're just going to fall farther and farther and farther. And now we're playing catch up, and that leads to a lot more mistakes. So he's not in that position. He's still with a very well-rounded team, a very well-rounded coach. And I'm expecting, still good things from you guys. Super Bowl, I don't know, but playoffs most definitely, and maybe a late playoff push, I believe so. But that is it for this video, man. If you guys did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you be notified every time I upload, man. Because just like I always say, like the GOAT Drizzy Drake say, man, I got these videos coming back to back. So you want to stay tuned. You don't want to miss that. Peace. I'm out this thing.